Decluttering an entire home in just one weekend might seem like an impossible task, but with a clear plan, determination, and a little bit of creativity, it's absolutely achievable. For me, it all began on a Friday evening. I stood in my living room surrounded by piles of magazines, overflowing drawers, and shelves packed with things I barely used. The thought of living in a tidy, organized space had always appealed to me, but I kept putting it off, thinking I needed weeks to get it done. But that weekend, I decided, no more excuses. The first step was to set my intention and visualize the end result. I imagined walking into every room and feeling a sense of peace, with everything in its place and nothing unnecessary weighing me down. With that motivational image in mind, I created a simple plan. I broke the house down into zones: living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and storage areas. I dedicated a few hours to each, with short breaks in between to stay energized. I started in the living room, setting a timer for 1 hour. The rules were simple: handle every item. If it didn't serve a purpose, bring joy, or fit my current lifestyle, it had to go. I created 3 piles: keep, donate, and discard. Old magazines, broken electronics, and knickknacks I'd forgotten about quickly filled up the discard pile. Books I knew I'd never reread joined the donate pile. By the end of that hour, the room already felt lighter. Next came the kitchen, a notorious clutter magnet. I emptied every cupboard and drawer onto the counters. It was surprising how many duplicate utensils, expired ingredients, and forgotten gadgets I found. I took a hard look at what I actually used. If I hadn't touched it in the past year, it was time to let it go. I grouped similar items, reorganized the shelves, and wiped down every surface before putting back only what I truly needed. Suddenly, cooking felt like it would be a joy instead of a chore. The bathroom was quicker but no less satisfying. Out went half-used lotions, expired medications, and old makeup. I organized what remained into small bins, making it easy to find everything at a glance. By Saturday afternoon, I was ready for the bedroom. Clothes were the biggest culprit here. I emptied the closet and dresser, piling everything on the bed. I tried on anything I wasn't sure about, asking myself whether I loved it and whether I'd worn it in the past year. Letting go of clothes can be tough, but I reminded myself that someone else could benefit from what I no longer needed. I folded and hung up the keepers, donated the rest, and immediately felt a sense of clarity when I looked at my streamlined wardrobe. The last area to tackle was storage: the attic, basement, or those hidden corners where things tend to accumulate.